In the quiet town of Sparta, Mississippi, justice wasn't just a word. It was a fight. From 1988 to 1995, In the Heat of the Night captivated audiences with its blend of intense crime drama, emotional depth, and social realism. But behind the memorable performances and gripping storylines was a remarkable ensemble cast, many of whom have since left us. Their off-screen lives were just as complex, sometimes marked by personal struggles, silent battles, and painful farewells. Today, we honor 10 beloved cast members who gave this series its soul and left an enduring mark before their time came to an end. Carroll O'Connor as Chief Bill Gillespie. Carroll O'Connor delivered one of the most compelling performances in television history as Chief William O. Gillespie, a character shaped by contradiction, growth, and humanity. At first glance, Gillespie appeared as a tough, traditional Southern police chief, firm in his authority and skeptical of change. But over time, his character evolved, influenced by his working relationship with the principal detective Virgil Tibbs. Through O'Connor's nuanced portrayal, audiences witnessed a man wrestling with long-held assumptions and gradually embracing fairness, empathy, and personal transformation. This depth, this internal shift, was part of what made Gillespie so unforgettable, and O'Connor so irreplaceable. Before stepping into the role of Gillespie in the Heat of the Night, O'Connor had already become a television icon for his portrayal of Archie Bunker in All in the Family, a role that made him both a household name and a lightning rod for cultural conversation. But while his performances on screen captured the public imagination, his personal life was marked by quiet struggles and deeply human challenges. Among them was the difficult journey of his son, Hugh OConnor, who also appeared on the show as Officer Lonnie Jameson. Hugh battled chronic health concerns that placed a significant emotional strain on the entire family. In 1995, Carroll faced an unthinkable loss when Hugh passed away at the age of 32. The heartbreak was profound and permanent, and O'Connor channeled his pain into advocacy. He became a public voice for families navigating similar crises, using his platform not to sensationalize, but to educate and encourage greater compassion and support systems. His courage in addressing such delicate topics openly earned him even deeper respect beyond his acting achievements. Despite the sorrow that marked his later years, O'Connor never abandoned his craft. He continued to act in shows like Mad About You and appeared in the 2000 film Return to Me, always bringing layers of truth and emotional authenticity to his roles. Yet behind every smile or line delivery was a man carrying the silent burden of grief. Carroll O'Connor passed away in 2001 at the age of 76 due to heart-related health complications. But his legacy endures, not just in the powerful characters he portrayed, but in the emotional honesty he brought to his work and in the resilience he showed in the face of profound personal hardship. Through Gillespie and beyond, he reminded viewers that change is possible, that compassion matters, and that even the strongest among us carry unseen struggles. Howard E. Rollins Jr. as Detective Virgil Tibbs. Howard E. Rollins Jr. brought an unmatched depth and gravitas to the role of Detective Virgil Tibbs, crafting a character who became a symbol of integrity and quiet strength. With his composed demeanor and razor-sharp intellect, Tibbs was more than a detective. He was a moral compass in a community wrestling with deeply rooted social issues. He stood firm in the face of prejudice, injustice, and resistance, making it clear that law enforcement could be guided by both wisdom and compassion. Through Rollins' performance, viewers witnessed a man whose commitment to justice went far beyond the badge he wore. Before joining In the Heat of the Night, Rollins had already proven his formidable talent. His breakout performance in the 1981 film Ragtime earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, marking him as one of the most promising performers of his generation. His presence was captivating, his delivery measured and powerful, and his emotional range vast. It was this rare combination that made his portrayal of Tibbs so magnetic and so meaningful. Yet, like many public figures, Rollins faced personal challenges that were often invisible to the audience. The pressure of maintaining a successful career in a highly competitive and demanding industry can weigh heavily, and for Rollins, that pressure came alongside the burden of public scrutiny. Over time, these stresses affected his overall well-being and made consistency in his professional life increasingly difficult. He took steps to find balance, and there were periods where he found success both on and off screen. But the path was not without its obstacles. Despite the ups and downs, Rollins's talent never waned. His portrayal of Tibbs remained as sharp and resonant in the later seasons of the series as it was in his debut. Colleagues and fans alike recall his professionalism, his kindness, and his ability to bring truth to every line he delivered. His work had substance, intention, and soul. In 1996, Howard E. Rollins Jr. passed away at the age of 46 due to complications from a medical condition. His departure was a profound loss not only to the entertainment community, but to the many viewers who saw themselves reflected in the character he brought to life. Rollins left behind a legacy of excellence and integrity, both on screen and off. His portrayal of Detective Tibbs endures as one of television's most compelling and courageous performances, reminding us that quiet strength can be the most powerful force of all. Hugh OConnor as Officer Lonnie Jameson. Hugh OConnor brought a quiet depth and sincerity to the role of Officer Lonnie Jameson, a young and dedicated member of the Sparta Police Department. From the moment he appeared on screen, O'Connor's performance felt grounded and genuine. His character was often the heart of the team, steady, compassionate, and committed to doing the right thing, even when the path wasn't easy. Jameson was more than just a supporting officer. He was a symbol of youthful integrity, bridging generational divides and adding emotional resonance to some of the show's most pivotal moments. Hugh's connection to the series was especially personal. As the adopted son of Carol O'Connor, who played Chief Gillespie, his involvement in the Heat of the Night reflected more than professional ambition. It was part of a shared family journey. Raised in an environment steeped in creativity and storytelling, Hugh showed an early talent for performance. Those who worked with him describe a young man who brought sensitivity, intelligence, and warmth to every scene. His portrayal of Lonnie Jameson resonated with audiences, earning admiration for its honesty and heart. Behind the scenes, however, Hugh's journey was marked by quiet personal challenges. Like many individuals navigating both the demands of public life and private emotions, he encountered obstacles that required immense courage. Though he continued to show dedication to his craft, balancing emotional well-being with the pressures of acting proved difficult at times. Nevertheless, he remained committed to growing as an artist and was praised by colleagues for his professionalism and generosity on set. Tragically, Hugh's life was cut short in 1995 at just 32 years old. His passing was a deeply painful moment not only for his family, particularly his father, but also for the close-knit community that had formed around the series. Those who knew him best remember not just the potential he carried, but the genuine kindness and thoughtfulness he shared with others. His loss was felt throughout the entertainment world and remains a poignant reminder of the quiet challenges people may face, even while appearing strong on the outside. Carl Weathers as Chief Hampton Forbes. When Carl Weathers joined in the Heat of the Night in its later seasons as Chief Hampton Forbes, the show gained a new kind of energy, measured, charismatic, and quietly commanding. Forbes was written as a leader for a new era, someone who could carry the legacy of Chief Gillespie while guiding Sparta's police department with a thoughtful, more contemporary approach. And in Weathers' hands, the character became exactly that. With a presence that was both calming and authoritative, Forbes felt like the embodiment of progress, responsibility, and quiet strength. Carl Weathers had already solidified his place in pop culture history long before stepping into the uniform of Chief Forbes. Best known for his iconic portrayal of Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise, and later for roles in Predator, Action Jackson, and The Mandalorian, Weathers brought more than fame to his characters. He brought credibility and depth. His ability to balance physical power with emotional vulnerability made him one of Hollywood's most respected and versatile performers. His time on In the Heat of the Night wasn't just another credit. It was an opportunity to portray a character with moral conviction, thoughtful leadership, and a quiet dignity that resonated deeply with audiences. Off-screen, Weathers experienced many of the same pressures faced by those living in the public eye. While he remained largely private, it was known that his personal life had its share of complexities. He navigated the ups and downs of fame with professionalism, even as the demands of his career and the expectations placed on him grew over time. Relationships, career transitions, and creative differences all became part of the larger narrative of a man trying to maintain balance in a fast-moving industry. In his later years, Carl Weathers faced a number of health concerns that required him to step back from the pace he once maintained. Despite these challenges, he remained active in the industry and continued to inspire both fans and colleagues with his grace and determination. In February 2024, Carl Weathers passed away at the age of 76 due to cardiovascular-related illness. His departure was met with a wave of tributes from across the entertainment world, reflecting the immense respect he had earned throughout his life. More than just a screen presence, Carl Weathers was a symbol of resilience, discipline, and authenticity. Whether playing a boxing legend, an intergalactic bounty hunter, or a police chief trying to lead with fairness and foresight, he brought something real to every role. His portrayal of Chief Forbes may have come in the final chapters of In the Heat of the Night, but it added a meaningful layer to the show's legacy and to his own. Lois Nettleton as Joanne St. John. Lois Nettleton brought a rare blend of elegance and emotional intelligence to her role as Joanne St. John in the Heat of the Night. Introduced as a thoughtful and empathetic character, Joanne served as both a confidant and romantic companion to Chief Gillespie, offering a quiet yet powerful contrast to the often intense world of law enforcement in Sparta. Nettleton portrayed her with a grounded poise, conveying both vulnerability and strength in equal measure. Her presence helped humanize the storylines, adding depth to Gillespie's character and emotional complexity to the series overall. By the time she joined the cast, Lois Nettleton was already a seasoned actress with a formidable career across television, film, and theater. She had earned widespread acclaim for her performances on the stage and had received Emmy nominations for her work in dramatic television roles. Nettleton was known in the industry not just for her talent, but for her professionalism and sincere dedication to her craft. She had the rare ability to communicate powerful emotions with subtlety, making her a favorite among directors and co-stars alike. While her career was marked by accolades and admiration, her personal journey was not without its challenges. Her marriage to renowned writer and radio personality Jean Shepherd ended in a difficult separation that drew some public attention, though Nettleton chose to maintain her dignity and privacy throughout. Beyond the headlines, she was known as a deeply introspective individual, someone who poured much of her emotional energy into her performances. In her later years, Nettleton faced health difficulties with admirable resilience. Though she kept much of her condition private, those close to her recall her courage, grace, and determination during that time. Even as her physical strength declined, her artistic spirit remained vivid, and she continued to work and engage with fans whenever possible. Lois Nettleton passed away in 2008 at the age of 80, leaving behind a body of work that continues to resonate. Her performance as Joanne St. John remains one of the most heartfelt contributions to In the Heat of the Night, reminding audiences that kindness and quiet strength can be just as transformative as bold action. She may have played a supporting role in the series, but her impact was lasting, both on screen and in the hearts of those who admired her. Bob Penny as Eppie. Bob Penny brought a charming eccentricity to the role of Eppie in the Heat of the Night, offering lightheartedness and gentle humor in a series often steeped in serious subject matter. As the quirky and kind-hearted Eppie, Penny's character became a quiet fan favorite, someone who may not have carried the central plot, but who provided memorable moments that reminded audiences of the everyday humanity within the world of Sparta. His portrayal gave the show a unique rhythm, balancing gravity with warmth. What made Bob Penny's performance stand out was his natural ability to infuse even the smallest roles with depth and authenticity. Before stepping into television and film, Penny had already built an impressive career as an educator. He taught English and poetry at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, and it was there that his passion for storytelling truly began to blossom in a new direction. His transition into acting was not a carefully engineered career move, but rather an organic evolution, driven by creativity, curiosity, and a deep appreciation for the arts. His filmography extended beyond In the Heat of the Night, including roles in critically acclaimed films like Forrest Gump and My Cousin Vinny. Though he often played supporting characters, Penny's performances were always memorable. He had a gift for bringing sincerity and depth to every appearance, no matter how brief. Colleagues spoke highly of his humility and unassuming nature. He never sought the spotlight, but always elevated the material he touched. Away from the screen, Bob Penny was a deeply private individual. He preferred the quiet rhythm of life outside the public eye and found lasting purpose in education and mentorship. After stepping back from acting, he returned to his roots in academia, this time as a drama teacher. He found joy in inspiring students to embrace the stage, passing down his wisdom and love for the craft with generosity and care. His classroom became a place of creativity, growth, and encouragement, far from the lights of Hollywood, but just as meaningful. Bob Penny passed away peacefully in December 2022 at the age of 87. His departure may not have made national headlines, but for those who knew his work, and especially those who learned from him, the loss was significant. He embodied the spirit of the quiet artist, modest, talented, and deeply influential. Through Eppie and beyond, Bob Penny left behind a legacy not built on fame, but on heart. Dennis Lipkcom as Mayor Jim Findley. Dennis Lipkcom brought a striking realism to his portrayal of Mayor Jim Findley in the Heat of the Night. As the mayor of Sparta, Findley was often caught between the pressure of political responsibility and the moral challenges of leading a deeply divided community. With a mix of quiet conviction and subtle vulnerability, Lipkcom portrayed a leader who was neither perfect nor corrupt, but someone striving to make the best decisions in difficult circumstances. His performance added a crucial layer to the show's narrative, exploring the complexities of leadership in a town grappling with change. Before his appearance on the series, Dennis Lipkcom had already carved out a solid career as a character actor, appearing in numerous film and television productions. Known for his work in titles such as War Games, Under Siege, and Cloak and Dagger, Lipkcom had a knack for portraying figures of authority or individuals in moral conflict. He brought a certain gravitas to his roles, an ability to communicate inner tension through quiet gestures and expressive eyes. Though often cast in supporting roles, his presence never went unnoticed. Off-screen, Lipkcom led a relatively private life, keeping his personal affairs largely out of the public conversation. While some accounts hinted at behind-the-scenes challenges that occasionally influenced the trajectory of his career, those who worked with him frequently spoke of his dedication to the craft and his professionalism on set. Like many artists, he experienced both creative highs and quieter seasons in his professional life, navigating the unpredictable nature of the entertainment industry with a steady resilience. In his later years, Lipkcom gradually stepped back from the spotlight, Rather than chasing fame, he seemed to find value in the work itself, the storytelling, the connection with colleagues, and the opportunity to leave a mark through his performances. Even in roles where his name wasn't top billed, he brought substance and authenticity, making his characters feel lived in and fully realized. Dennis Lipkcom passed away in 2014 at the age of 72. His legacy, while perhaps understated compared to some of his peers, is no less meaningful. Through his portrayal of Mayor Findlay, he reminded audiences that leadership is rarely black and white, and that real strength often lies in the struggle to do what's right, even when the path is unclear. His life and career stand as a tribute to quiet perseverance, thoughtful artistry, and the power of character, both on screen and in life. Mel Stewart as Officer Calvin Peterson. Mel Stewart brought gravitas, intellect, and quiet strength to his role as Officer Calvin Peterson in the Heat of the Night. As a seasoned member of the Sparta Police Department, Peterson was portrayed as a man shaped by years of experience and a clear moral compass. Stewart's performance lent the character a calm authority, someone who had seen enough of the world to remain steady amid chaos, but who still cared deeply about fairness and justice. In a show filled with complex personalities, Officer Peterson stood out for his thoughtfulness and composure. Before joining the cast of the series, Mel Stewart already had an impressive resume as both an actor and a director. He was known for his work in television classics like All in the Family, Trapper John, M.D., and Harry O., and he brought a wealth of theatrical experience to his screen roles. His voice was instantly recognizable, deep, deliberate, and commanding. Yet beyond the camera, Stewart's contributions to the arts went much further. He was also a respected educator, mentoring young talent and advocating for greater diversity in the entertainment industry. His work as a teacher was just as impactful as his acting, and many credited him with helping shape their creative paths. Despite his professional success, Stewart was known to be intensely private. Colleagues admired his discipline and his devotion to the craft, though some noted that his reserved nature sometimes created a sense of distance. He was a man of strong opinions and high standards, which earned him deep respect in professional circles, even if it made collaboration occasionally challenging. For those close to him, Stewart could be both inspiring and enigmatic, a complex figure with a deep sense of purpose and a drive to constantly improve his work. In his later years, Stewart faced significant health issues tied to a degenerative condition. Though he gradually withdrew from public life, his legacy remained strong. He passed away in 2002 at the age of 72, leaving behind not only a rich body of work, but also a generation of students and colleagues who benefited from his insight, passion, and generosity of spirit. Ted Manson as Elmer. Ted Manson delivered a delightful and memorable performance as Elmer in the Heat of the Night, bringing a touch of whimsy and eccentric humor to a show often defined by intense drama and emotional weight. Elmer, with his unconventional charm and unpredictable wit, served as a refreshing presence, reminding audiences that even in the most serious of environments, there was room for lightness and humanity. Manson's portrayal made Elmer more than just comic relief. He was an endearing reminder of the everyday characters that inhabit every town. Manson's ability to infuse his roles with authenticity was rooted in a rich and varied acting career that spanned decades. From stage performances to guest appearances in major film and television productions, he built a reputation as a versatile and reliable performer. He appeared in widely recognized titles such as Talladega Nights, Elizabethtown, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, often taking on smaller roles but making each one feel significant. His commitment to every performance, no matter how brief, was a hallmark of his professional ethos. While Manson was known for his cheerful roles, his personal life was marked by its own complexities. He was a deeply private individual who preferred to keep his personal matters away from the spotlight. Friends and colleagues described him as introspective, thoughtful, and sometimes distant, traits that may have stemmed from the emotional demands of a long career in a competitive industry. Over the years, he faced personal challenges related to relationships and the evolving pace of the entertainment world. As he grew older, he gradually distanced himself from public appearances, choosing a quieter lifestyle that allowed for more reflection and peace. In his final years, Manson continued to remain engaged with the craft he loved, even as he stepped back from the spotlight. He passed away in 2008 at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy of warmth, humor, and genuine artistry. His departure may not have made front-page news, but for those who cherished his performances, it was the loss of a familiar and comforting presence. Burgess Meredith as Judge Cully. Burgess Meredith's appearance on In the Heat of the Night was just a brief stop in a legendary career that spanned decades. Known for iconic roles in Rocky and Batman, Meredith joined the cast late in the series as Judge Cully, bringing gravitas and wisdom to the role. Off-screen, Meredith was a passionate advocate, particularly during a time when political views could stall or end careers. He was blacklisted during the McCarthy era, a chapter that haunted him for years. Despite a return to success later in life, his personal life was marred by difficult relationships and ongoing health issues. In 1997, Meredith passed away at the age of 89 after years of battling illness. His resilience in both career and life remains a testament to the enduring spirit of a true artist. The cast of In the Heat of the Night gave us more than compelling television. They gave us pieces of themselves. Behind every badge, robe, or courtroom desk was a human being navigating the highs and lows of life. Their losses are deeply felt, but their contributions remain timeless. Which of these actors left the deepest impression on you? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who remember the powerful legacy of In the Heat of the Night. Thank you for watching.